Welcome, friends. Welcome back to My Hobby Home. My name is Cathy. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are going to be working on a bag. So, one moment and we will get into it. So, the first thing that I have done is gotten 2 fat quarters. I am smashing my stash with Pioneer Woman fat quarters here. And I have got to pull out my big ruler here that I'm making a lot of noise with. And what we want to do is we've got to trim our fat quarters to the size that we want our squares to be. You're going to have 2 squares the same exact size. And guys, you can do these different sizes. If you want a bigger bag, do a bigger measurement. I'm going to be using a 16 by 16. But I did watch a video on how to do this. And when I saw it, I was just like, that is so pretty. That would be so fun to do. What I'm going to start with, we know we want it to be 16 by 16. So I do not want to use this bottom line. I want to trim all the way around so I know it is exactly, all of it is the same. So what I'm going to do is line up the bottom edge of my ruler here, and I'm not showing this to you on my table just strictly because you won't be able to see, and I'll cut my head off because I'll forget to move it. But you can see a little bit here where I am going to trim on my right side and then my top. Now this first cut is not technically, well, maybe I need to back up and tell you what you need. 2 fat quarters, some ribbon, and rotary cutters, and your sewing machine. Now, oops, I accidentally hit that cut function on there, and I hate that I just did that. This first cut is not meant to give you your size. It is meant to give you a straight edge on the side and the top. So what we'll do now is just turn our fabric. We know this is the top and it is even. So we're just turning our fabric, keeping it together there. Now we know that we are going to lay this on the 16-inch mark. On the bottom and the side. Now we know we are even cut on the bottom and the side because that was the top and the side on the other one. So now I have my ruler laid out at the 16 inches, and I'm going to go on and cut. Now when we do this, we do want to put our fabrics together. That's all you need with your ruler here. And y'all, this is an 18.5-inch Creative Grids ruler. It is linked down in the description if you're interested in it. So now what we want to do is put our right sides together, and we want to sew it together now at 1/4 inch. Now you do not want to sew it all the way around. You will want to leave an area to where you can flip it inside out. So let me show you how we're going to do that. For the area that I'm going to leave open, I use a different color pen. You can use any way that you do. I have seen double pens. I have seen, other things. However you mark yours to not sew all the way, sew it all the way together. Just do that. And then I pin it all the rest of the way around with my pins. You may not have to do this, but I'm doing it since it is a bag. I want everything to come out perfect. Is it going to be perfect? Probably not. Now, what is this bag called? It is called a petal leaf bag. I have watched a video on it. I'd seen it. I think I saw it last year, and I wanted to do it last year and never got around to it. And so I was like, this is something I'm doing. And this is for your young girls that you may have in your family. This could be, well, it could be for anybody. This could be your gifting bag. If you gift, you want to gift something small, like if y'all are doing an ornament exchange, this would be really cute to put your ornament in. I actually, for the first time this year, got an invite for a spice exchange. And I'm like, what the world? Now, I have seen like tea exchanges. I've never seen a spice exchange, but I was like, that's a great idea. So now I have my 2 pieces pinned together. And here is my pins that show me right here. Do not sew past these points. Let me put my table back on my machine here. And guys, when I was watching this, I was like, this is the easiest thing in the world to make. You do need some ribbon. I have some red ribbon here. This is not the ribbon I really would like to have, but it's what I have on hand, and I am smashing my stash, guys. Now, I will try to find the creator that I saw the video on, and I will link her in my description. I actually found a lot of her things that I really liked. Now, I'm wondering, why did that just do what it did? Oh, because I accidentally hit that thread cut button. And it's not wanting to let my fabric to go. And when you get to the corner, just remember to leave your needle in the fabric. Don't raise your foot. Don't raise your needle up. Leave your needle in the fabric. I need just one more before I can turn there. And we're going to sew all the way around. And guys, this is going to be so quick and so easy. Y'all be lucky if you get a 15-minute video out of it. But we're going to try to leave everything in here so you can see everything I do. I know you can see better on my table. We're just going all the way around here. We will need to press this, so keep that in mind. You will need to press, so that will be part of what we have to do. And once my stuff here is and I'm using a more solid color or a more solid fabric with a design on it. And then I'm using this gingham look for my other one. Now you have to choose which one you want as your bag fabric and which one you want as your petal fabric. My petal fabric is going to be the gingham part. And the reason of that is because it's going to be lighter, and that will be a good contrast against the darker fabric. Guys, these could be things that are real easy to make and sell if you'd like to make some and sell some. I obviously need to get some ribbon though, because I don't know what has happened to all of my ribbon. But I do know I gave a lot away. But I found Christmas ribbon. I don't need Christmas ribbon. I just need probably just a white ribbon. Now here we are on, whoops, I need to go one more stitch in that. Okay, and here we're going to back stitch a couple stitches there. Okay. So now we have finished going around this here. When my thread cutter cuts the thread, somehow it catches up in there and it will pull the thread like crazy. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just trimming it up real good. I am going to turn this inside out. So let's go ahead and do that right now. And you can use your finger to do this. Well, first thing I'm going to do is just trim these corners. I'm going to go straight across of my corner, you know, making sure I don't cut my thread. And this will just help when you turn it inside out to not have all that bulk right there. Okay, so we've got that done. Let's find our edge here. We're going to open it. And I'm just going to use my fingers here and I just push it through where that looks good. And then I'm coming to the next corner. And when I'm pushing it through, I'm flipping it on out the hole here that we have. So now to the next corner that we need to push through. And then to our last corner here that we need to push through. Okay. So now that we have our fabrics done, what I'm going to do is press and maneuver this to where I have a nice line right there. So guys, I will be right back. Okay, so now you see I have it sewn all the way around. We are going to flip back over here and we are going to start and do another 1/4 of an inch stitch on that, just to kind of hold it together there real well. And this also will close up our opening. Now I am using a silver gray color, so it will show on this. So I get here to my corner and I just lift that foot up and turn it, and we're going to go, we lift that foot up there and just turn it so we can get going on this side. We're sewing this at that 1/4 inch stitch as well. Now what this is doing, it is going to hold our edge together there so we can make our petals. Guys, see, this is coming along really nice, really quick. I love a bag that comes together real quick. And this does not, it's a very good beginner-friendly bag. No zippers, no anything that's going to cause you a lot of troubles. It's very straightforward. The hardest part is going to be getting your petals the right size. Now, what I have watched, she did say your bag, you can change the size of your bag, but not your petals. If you make your petals larger, your bag won't close. Right, so we are going to make sure that we do our petal. She said 2.5 to 3 inches. She might have said 3.5, but she said don't go over that. I am thinking I'm going to go a 3-inch just to make sure. So here is where you have to decide what is going to be your petal. This is going to be my petal. So what I'm doing is I'm going to fold it in. I may have to turn you guys down so you can see this. Okay, so here now you can see my table a little better. I am going to put this maybe a 3.5. Let's do a 3.5 inch. Your petal fabric is going to be this fabric right here. So what I'm doing is finding my 3.5. That's not 3.5. That's more like 4. So what we'll do is go all the way around and measure this out at 3.5. Now I am measuring at my edge here. And she does use clips in hers. So I will pull out my clips. And how I'm doing it, I'm just measuring my 3.5. This is my ruler. I'm putting it on 3.5, and that line is going to be straight. So I can measure when I'm at the top of that, it should be 3.5. I may need to go down just a little bit more. Now let's just try this out again. We're going to put our marker, our 3.5, even on that bottom, even on the side, and it looks like it's 3.5 to me. So now I'm going to put my clip right here. Now the reason I'm measuring this direction, she uses her seam gauge, and that would be perfect to use. But I'm pretty certain if I square up that in between each of my corners should be the same. But we will measure that anyway just to make sure. Oh, I forgot to take my little pieces there and get them out of the way. So let's square this one up to 3.5. Let's get that 3.5 on there. Does not look right. Got to pull it down just a little bit. 3.5, 3.5. That looks about right to me. Got to get this at 3.5. And then this. Okay. So we're going to pin around this right here. I'm not pinning, guys. I'm using clips. I'm saying pinning. But we're doing all 4 corners here. My grandbaby may like this little bag. She likes purses. So we're going to our 3.5. Oh, it needs to be up just a little bit more. And she is going to be here today, so she may get to play with this. The last time I saw her, she wanted $1. These babies are wanting dollars now. For some reason, this looks different than the one she did. But I know I'm doing it at 3.5, and I think that's the largest. But we're going to see. We are trying out all the Christmas things. And I'm going to tell y'all, I have already had to throw away one. And I've told y'all, I'm not, if there's a pattern that just gives me troubles, I'll throw it away. Because I'm like, I don't want to do that. And the one I threw away, I will tell y'all, was the stuffed Christmas tree. I have been seeing that all over the book page. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what? I'm going with the flow. I'm not measuring those because I'm not getting them to come out the same measurement, and that's okay. It's still going to be a back. So what we are going to do, take our table and put back on, and let me get you guys turned right back up. Okay, so now we have these done. What we are going to do is sew them at 1 inch, and you do want to back stitch when you start and end. So let me find that 1 inch mark right here and get my fabric. We're putting our needle down. We're going to get a couple stitches in, and then we're going to back stitch a couple stitches. You will do that on each one. And what it is, that 1 inch gives you enough room for your ribbon. Okay, so now we're going to take this off and then go to the next one. So we're going in at 1 inch. Okay, so that is our second side, or corner, or petal, whatever we're going to call it. It's a petal. That's what we're going to call it. It's a petal. So friends, this is our Christmas, our Santa Saturday. We are all things Christmas on Saturday. I am hoping to have some new things for you guys as well. And as I said, the creator of this, where I saw it, I will give her credit where credit is due. I don't believe in taking anyone's creative ideas and using them as my own. This is not my own. I don't come up with things like this. I don't come up with ideas. What I do is I take other people's ideas and I sew them. And I can tell you how easy or how hard it is. The only thing that I have found difficult on this is possibly going to be when folding these down. This space really needs to be the same between all of them. And I just could not get it there. So, I'm not going to worry about it. So now what I need to do, I've got all of the sides. I need to get all the clips off here. I am going to trim up the threads, and then we will be right back putting the ribbon in. Okay, now in the video I watched, I even looked down in the description. I did not see anything that said the length the ribbon should be. So this is a brand new package and I gotta get it open. I am just going to use, I'm sure we're going to use 24 inches. And if that doesn't work, I'll tell you. I'll let you know. This may be more than 24 inches. Yeah, it's like 27 inches. So now what we need to do is thread our ribbon through that seam allowance that we just did. Now guys, I use my purple thing. If you know, you know. And how I do this, I'm just going to fold that over and get that to go in there. And then get it to go through the little one again. Now that probably is not correct, but that's how I'm doing it. And we will just slide it. Like I said, I'm using my purple thing and it just slides it through. You slide it all the way around. Now I will hold this end of the ribbon so it doesn't go through. Okay, so now we have one more corner that we've got to do. So that means we've got to get all of this on in our loop. And there we go. We've got that last seam allowance there. And I am going to pull this out because I no longer need this. So friends, the 27 inches was good. You will turn your darker fabric or colored fabric on the outside. Because that's your bag. And then we will tie this together right here. And there is your petal bag. So let's see if we can get our petals out just a little bit better here. Now I'm thinking I probably could have gone a little bit bigger with this, the petals, even though she said not to. I'm thinking it's really dependent on the type of ribbon you use. But yeah, this will make a cute little gift bag. So here is our petal bag. You can see that there, got our little petals there. This is a cute little gift bag. You can put sweets and treats and all the things in here. So friends, if you would like to try this, go down in the description and check it out. She does have a video that I watched, but like I said, she did not give instructions on the length of the ribbon. But I think that little bag turned out really cute, very useful. So thank you for joining me today. Give me a thumbs up before you roll out. If you like to see more Christmas projects, please click that subscribe button. Click the notification bell so you don't miss anything that we do on this channel. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Bye, guys.